The morning update for the staff really said it all today. It said two sentences: we're all here and have a great day. And that's what we intend to do. Again, I want to welcome all of you to Joe Foss School. It's a very special day for all of us. And we've gathered, as you're well aware, to give special recognition to this group of young people. But just as importantly, I think, to all of you who are parents, who are guardians, caregivers, family members, you are the people who have made this possible. These young people have achieved some remarkable things in this last year in this program, and we're very proud of them, but we certainly want to recognize each of you here today who have lent your support to them. Without you, and they may not tell you this right now, but without you, it's very questionable whether or not it would happen. I want to recognize all the folks who are here who provide all kinds of special services and support, from student support service programs to the educational talent search to the school social workers, representatives of traditional schools who happen to be here. We appreciate your support. Again, without your services, without your support, the folks from the Department of Corrections, we need you. We need to work together. We need to make this a positive experience for our young people. So welcome. I'm glad you were able to take time today to join us. There's one other group of people that I want to recognize, and I need to do that. The Joe Foss School staff. They have worked with you much more as a family than as teachers for a year, 2 years, 3 years, some of you longer than that. We've become very well acquainted. Joe Foss staff, would you stand right now and be recognized? We want to say thank you for the work that you've done this last school year. Those folks are my superstars. They're what makes happen here possible. They're the people that have chosen to work in this program and be a part of your young people's lives. And I thank you for sharing your kids with us and trusting us with their futures as you have. Finally, there's one more special thank you that I have to make. There's a gentleman that's seated upstairs. Mr. Skogstad, would you stand up, please? Mr. Skogstad has been a member of the Irving and then Joe Foss staff for 9 years since the inception of this program. Tomorrow is his last day as a Joe Foss staff member. He's moving to another teaching assignment in the school district. Thank you is not nearly enough, but I wish you would join with me in giving him a round of applause and thanks for all his years of service. To every principal at graduation time, this is the greatest senior class I've ever had. So I won't say that, but I just want you to look at what you've done. Look at the people around you. Look at what you've accomplished. Look at that board as you come in the door today. Do you see the number of graduates? 88 graduates. Folks, we're a Class A high school in climbing in the state of South Dakota. 88 graduates, many of whom had decided some time back that this wasn't going to happen. You believed that you could, and you came here and you achieved. 88 of you have completed your high school educations with us this year. Congratulations. You've done some other things here this year combined with some of the other students. You've set a record for the number of credits that have been earned here. And we know about the credits, how easy they are to get. The packets are written by a team of teachers from across the school district. They're lengthy, they're difficult. There's no easy way. Over 1,800 semesters of work have been completed by this group and the other students at the school this year. That's an all-time record for Foss. Congratulations. The nation is assessment test happy. We got our test results back and we're smiling. Our juniors have raised the overall average by over 15 percentile points in 1 year. Incredible. We're not where we need to be, but it's a great achievement in 1 year. We're doing some things right around here, and the students certainly have caught on to it. So to all the juniors here today who took those tests as 11th graders, I congratulate you and thank you for your effort on behalf of the program and the teachers that you represent. Lastly, just two things, and I shouldn't say just. Please take a look at the artwork that's exhibited right outside here. We've had numerous winners in area competitions this year. It's fun. Alternative school students who go into competition with the traditional schools across the state, and our students do extremely well. I'm proud of what they've been able to achieve, and you should be also. Take a look at the work and the awards that they've earned. Also today, you're going to see some scholarships awarded. There's some new scholarships. We have some students who are making some academic progress that probably hasn't happened in the past or that we haven't been aware of. All that from this group of students, and I am just so impressed and so pleased to call them, not only my students, but many of them friends, and I'm really going to miss them around here. Now, for your enjoyment, a couple of our students, Alex and Tyler, their names are printed there for you, are going to perform a song that was written by one of our graduates.
All right, a little correction before we get going. This song actually was not written by one of the graduates. I didn't know they were going to say that, but it's a selection from the music teacher that was here at Joe Foss. It's Sarah McLaughlin. The song is called I Will Remember You. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for
job, guys. The last day of school, Alex has to be right and I have to be wrong. Alex, Sarah would have been a Joe Foss graduate if she'd have had the chance. Outside of the programs, or the receiving of the certificates, this is the best part of the program. 3 of our students have been chosen to share some brief reflections with you on their experience in the program. I will ask all 3 to come here together. There's strength in numbers, and you may speak in your turn. Shauna Shevik, Max Howard, and Nejla Smith.
Hi. I just wanted to say thank you for all of you guys coming out here today to celebrate for us. When I first came here to Joe Foss, I was just like, what am I doing here? You know, I do not fit in here. But as the weeks went by, I started meeting new people, liking my teachers, and hanging out with the new friends that I have made. In turn, it started making me liking school and actually wanting to be here instead of having to be here. When I was attending Joe Foss, I was actually ready to learn and do whatever it took to earn my high school diploma. There were times when I felt like I just couldn't do it anymore and that the work seemed endless. At times, there were my teachers, they're right there beside me, telling me that I could do it and that there is light at the end of the tunnel and that I was almost finished. You guys don't know how much you guys have helped me and to come to the point of where I am at now. I just want to thank Mrs. Babb, Mr. A, and Mr. Reitzel, and Sally for putting up with me towards the end of the school year. I must have been in her office once or twice a day at least. You guys have made me realize that I want to further my education beyond high school. And now I am enrolled in a nursing school out in Montana, and I owe it all to you guys. I can't tell you how much Joe Foss has taught me and shown me all the options that are out there in this world. Coming here was the best thing that I could have ever done. I will always remember the good times that I've had here. And just one more thing before I'm done. I want to thank my family, especially my mom. You have pushed me so hard to get my high school diploma, and I couldn't understand why. But right now, standing here today, I realize why. And I just want to thank you, Mom, for pushing me so hard. Thank you, Joe Foss.
Well, I didn't really prepare anything to say. I'm just going to kind of give it off the cuff. But when I first started coming here, I had just dropped out of Lincoln High School. I was really sick a lot, and I missed way too much school, so I just kind of gave up and dropped out. And I ended up coming over here. And this school is great. They have everything that you need. The classes, it's all the same work, but you go at your own pace. It's a great place. The teachers, the staff, they really need another round of applause because they're great. What other school can you get an education and have a cartwheel contest in the hall upstairs? Hope nobody gets in trouble for that. But most especially, Mr. Yost, and he hasn't received really much of anything yet, but he really needs a round of applause too. Running a school like this is a lot of work, and I'm sure there's lots of problems that come up, even more than a regular school, because of the different situations that a lot of our students are in, and without his hard work, none of this would be happening, and there'd be 88 or 80 however many kids wouldn't be getting their diplomas and wouldn't be going on to all this stuff that we have in our future. So, thanks a lot.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming here today. We all appreciate it. I can't say that I don't agree with these two students more. They're what they said is very, very true. Well, we're finished. We're done. It's over with. But now that we've completed our high school, I think we should go back and read Dr. Seuss books. Yeah, that's right, Dr. Seuss books. You see, he's a good philosopher of the human condition, and his uncomplicated words come together to form ideas that will help us in our very near future now that we have got done with our high school, now that we have graduated. For example, Dr. Seuss wrote, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own and you know what you know. You are the guy who'll decide where to go." Isn't that a perfect statement for our lives? Today, we complete high school. Tomorrow is a new beginning. We will use the knowledge that we have acquired over the years to steer us in our chosen direction. From tomorrow forward, we control our own destiny. Now it's up to us. Another philosophical quote from Seuss is, "My alphabet starts with a letter called Yuz. It's a letter I use to spell Yazamatuz. You'll be sort of surprised what there is to be found once you go beyond Z and start poking around." That is exactly what we need to do. We need to go beyond Z and make our own trail. This new path that we start will give us more opportunities and therefore more successes. Our extraordinary class of 2004 can say that we've already begun this process, but we've had help. The teachers here at Joe Foss have been an inspiration and have given us motivation to complete the necessary work that brought us here today. We can all agree that our teachers deserve lots and lots of credit. But of course, they wouldn't need it if we paid them a little bit more. Attending Joe Foss has given me truly one-of-a-kind experiences. Experiences that I would not have been able to enjoy at any other school. I am proud to say that Joe Foss is my high school. Now I'm going to go find out what is beyond Z.
Thank you for being here. My name is Sally Monroe, and I'm the counselor here. And it's my privilege today to give out some awards that have been earned by the students sitting in these rows and in others. We're going to start today with the Jan and Jerry Nicolai Award. Jan Nicolai was our first principal and a driving force in the origination of an alternative school here in Sioux Falls. Her husband, Jerry, was a lifelong educator here, counselor, and he's with us today and will be joining me in just a moment to present the scholarship to the earner of that this year. In order to earn the Jan and Jerry Nicolai Scholarship, a student needs to graduate, needs to apply for it. There's an essay that they write telling what they have come to appreciate about their high school experience and what their plans are for the future. And then they need to have a plan to attend secondary school in the fall. This year, we have a winner who came to us at the ripe old age of 20. She had given up on her high school education, was working full-time, and most of the time was quite tired because she kept her hours in the evening, came here right from work many days, worked through her classes, and then went home and tried to get enough sleep to do it all over again the next day. We now have a 21-year-old who's also a high school graduate. And at this time, I would like to ask Samantha Wilson to come up, and Jerry Nicolai will present you the $500 scholarship to your college. She declines the opportunity to say anything to us. All right. The next awards that I'll be presenting are to our high credit earners. Mr. Yost has already detailed for you the accomplishments of the student body this year. It's been amazing. And each year we have certain students that float to the top in regard to their level of achievement and ability to finish classes. We had a cluster of fourth place winners, and I'll just read their names because I didn't want to leave them out. I'm the one in charge of counting these credits, and each year I start and say, okay, this has got to be the high credit earner. And then I keep looking, and I find somebody who's earned even more. So I want to at least recognize and call the names of these 4 people. And when I do, would you stand right where you are? Kathy Bainan, Tabitha Hill, Katie Brennan, and David Sukthabong. Each of those 4 students completed 8 credits or 16 classes worth of school this year. A typical high school traditional course would be 6. So they have exceeded by 2 full credits. Our 3rd place high credit earner is probably one of the brightest young men I've ever met. He aspires to do great things, and he's already doing them. That's what I want him to know. He comes to us today having completed 9 credits, and that's Bryce Barngrover. Would you come up, Bryce? Our 2nd place credit earner couldn't be with us today. He had an opportunity to go across the state and be with his family, and the ride left yesterday. He is also a determined gentleman, and I'd like for us to acknowledge him even though he isn't here, and his name is Mike Mitzel. Michael earned 9.5 credits this year. Our high credit earner and the recipient of the Elaine Hummel Award in recognition and memory of our first supervisor at Irving Alternative School 9 years ago, Elaine Hummel. You've already heard from her once. Last year when Nejla was a student with us, I don't think we would have called her successful, other than probably learning what she needed to do to get things done this year. It is with humility as I just wait for the world to welcome her and all of her accomplishments that we'll hear about in years to come. Nejla Smith earned 10 credits this year in order to go from 12 credits to 22 and a high school graduate. And it's my pleasure to award her the $50 award and high credit earner medal. Nejla. There's one more young woman I need to call to the stage. She's making off with the hall today, but it is well-deserved. I have 2 scholarship certificates to present to this young woman. The first is a $200 scholarship from the Seroptimists. The second is the Presidential Freedom Award Scholarship for $500. This also puts her in contention for an additional $500 scholarship, also from the Presidential Freedom Foundation. These awards are based on volunteering, academic success, and the completion of an application that is tested against others who apply. So for the $700 worth of scholarships today, soon I hope to turn into 500 more, I'd like you to welcome Sophie Rodriguez to the stage. At this time, we'll have the visual presentation. Mr. Thompson.
Another turning point, fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this dance and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Self-pretend your mind, hanging on a shelf and get up and get time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpresentable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
It's really not fair. You get money handed out, you get audio visual, you get music, you get student presentations, and then it's my turn. Doesn't work. I heard a song this morning coming into work and I can't get it out of my head, and so it stuck for a while because there isn't much else there to rattle around with it. Those of you that saw School of Rock, the ending song, Jack Black, he was awesome. He said, it's a long way to the top if you're going to rock and roll. Some of us have chosen to rock and roll. Rock and roll is not music, it's a lifestyle. And when we made that choice, we accepted some things. And you know, the road to get to where we are and to where we want to get is a little bit longer. I'll try not to make it too much longer with my remarks here today, but I can't turn you loose without talking a little bit. Just be glad that my hobby outside of school is not snakes, because then we'd be moving small children and the ladies in the audience, but we won't have to worry about that. Abraham Lincoln was a great speaker and orator, and he was also very humble. He dedicated a cemetery, and he said, the world's not going to remember what we do here or say here for any length of time. And he really could have been talking about high school graduations. I don't remember a thing about mine. I don't remember any of the 5 for my sons, and I've got 1 to go, and I probably won't remember that one either. Many graduations, college, don't remember a thing. Few memories of the speakers or the messages. All I know, I was there, I grabbed the paper, and we ran. Today, I wanted to be able to leave something with you, a picture in your head that you might possibly be able to carry on in the future, instead of just standing in the hallway checking for your ID or telling you to get to class and quit visiting. See what that did? We got you out of the hallways and into the classrooms. It's amazing. Well, what I did, same thing I've done the last 4 years. I went out to my pigeon loft, my racing pigeons, my babies, the ones that I spend my off hours when I'm not here with you. I need somebody else to look after. My kids are grown, so I've got these birds. Pigeons, normally you'll think of, well, you think I'm a little strange with them anyway, and I'll accept that, but you think of pigeons as being pests. I've heard them referred to as rats with feathers. We usually think of bad birds. Park your car downtown and then check it afterwards, and you know what you're looking for. You know what's all over the sidewalk. And pigeons just have become regarded as bad. We use terms like bird brain and stool pigeon, jailbird. Anybody ever hear that? We might say this presentation's for the birds. And it's very, really not very complimentary about a very special bird. So, excuse me 1 second. This old man has been to as many graduations here at Joe Foss as I have. He's been to every one. Yeah, a little bigger crowd this year, yep. And every year we wonder, is this the year that he gets loose? Don't fly. These birds look just like the birds you're going to see flying around downtown. He does. You can't tell from a distance. But I need to tell you something. If we had the CSI crew here and we did a sudden autopsy, you'd find out that his heart is twice as big as the common pigeon that flies around here. Twice as big. Gives him great stamina, great strength. He's kind of like this group of graduates over here. I know what kind of heart they have because I've seen the effort that they've put into the work that they do and the caring that they have, and they've fought a lot of things to become successful. So in a way, he's like you. I would say take a lesson from this. Don't judge other people by their appearances. There's a lot of winners out there that are disguised as losers. Give everybody an equal chance. Don't judge that outside appearance. And it's really tough to tell the difference. This is a remarkable place. We have students from all 3 public high schools, both the parochial schools. About 50 open enrolled students attend school here. We're every race, religion, color of the rainbow, sexual orientation, family, economic status, and we all get along. We all care about each other, and this is probably, I'll tell you what, if we could take the feeling that's in this school and move it out into the real world, we wouldn't have 135,000 troops in Iraq today. We wouldn't need it because people could respect each other and get along. These birds have an intense love for their home, just as we do as humans. They desire a safe place to be, the same as you and I do, so they aren't so unlike in that. They have 2 parents. Parents mate for life, and sometimes that's a novel concept in the world in which we live today. They share all the duties in raising young. It's tough. I'll tell you what, sometimes I have a bird that fails to return from a race, gets lost in a training, hits a wire, gets taken down by a hawk, or just decides it's not going to come back for whatever reason. I watch the parent, single parent, try to raise those young who are still in the nest. They get the job done, absolutely. They work overtime. They'll feed those young. They'll make sure that they stay in the nest until they're able to fly. Net result is mom or dad, whoever's left is an absolute wreck. Quite honestly, they're not any good for racing anymore because physically it has taken its toll. It's questionable whether they're good for raising any more kids because it just wears them out. One round of raising a young person on their own. You single parents who are out here today, I salute you. I tell you what, I don't know how you do the job that you do. The support that you've given your students here today, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it because I think some of us realize just how difficult that is. You're doing a wonderful job, and thank you for your support of these kids. It's very important. These birds require somebody to take care of them. If I turn him loose on the street and he doesn't make it home, he's probably dead. He doesn't know how to gather food for himself. He doesn't know how to find water. He doesn't know where to sleep, so the cats won't get him. He really needs a mother or a father or a caregiver, and he depends on me totally. If I don't provide that, he dies. Maybe, just maybe, he could survive on his own. Kind of like some of us, we just barely get by on our own. But we're not going to thrive. Human beings need somebody else around. We can be, what'd Pee Wee Herman say? I'm a Dottie rebel. I'm a rebel Dottie. Bottom line, we need somebody. People are not meant to be alone. We're social creatures. We need each other. Look at what we've done for and with each other this last year. Nobody did that alone. We did it together. In my pigeon loft, I've learned something that really applies to human nature. The very best birds. This old guy, he's 7 years old. He's getting to be one of the grandpas in the loft. He sits on the top perch. He's the boss. But you know what? He's the healthiest. He's the strongest. He's the best flyer of the loft. People are that way. Don't fiddle around down on the bottom. Bottom of my pigeon loft is where all the droppings go. Humankind is not a whole lot different than that. The healthy birds, the ones that are going to make it, are up higher. Think about that one. Strive to excel. Be better. Be all that you can be. You don't need to sit on that bottom rung. How many of you have I talked to that said, I never thought I could do this? You know, I've made it. Dare to believe that you can achieve, that you can be where you want to be. This bird's taught me something that, for all of you, is extremely important. On a race from Rapid City, all the birds are released together, and they all come back to the eastern corner of the state. I live 35 miles south of town. If my birds come with the Sioux Falls birds right down the highway, stop in Sioux Falls, say hi, visit a friend, and then come to Beersford, I lose every time by about 20 minutes. My birds have to be smart enough not to play follow the leader. They have to know that if they follow the group, they're going to get in trouble. They're going to end up where they don't want to be. If they get going in the totally wrong direction, I fly a race out of Kansas with over 6,000 pigeons. If they pick up with the wrong group of friends, they may end up hundreds of miles in the wrong direction. Lactic acid builds up, their wings lock up, they can't fly, and they're cat bait, they're gone. There's a message here, folks. Be willing to set your own course. Go where you think you need to be. Don't follow the rest of the group. My fear is you'll end up someplace where you don't want to be. And that's the best advice that I can give you. This guy regularly would fly 300 to 400 miles a weekend. He's going to go 500 miles in another week and then 600 the following week. So we're just kind of resting and training. But you need to know that he's not done. The fact that he's flown thousands of miles in his career doesn't mean a whole lot, because I expect him to do more. He's successful. That's one of the problems with success, with being a graduate. You're here now, so now we move on. What can we do next? It's expected. You will do well. You've proven that to yourselves now. You can be who you want to be. You can achieve what you want to achieve. You've heard that before too, haven't you? One challenge follows another. We achieve one goal and we go, great, and we move on. Most exciting day of the school year for me is today. It's the greatest day of the year. But at 12:30 today, we've got to get to work on summer school. In 4 days, we've got 800 students coming into Lincoln High School for summer school. We've made one major achievement here as a school, as a staff, as a student body. But unfortunately, things have to move on. We have to keep going. You've got a high school diploma, now what? Job, school, big things to happen. The birds have taught me one other thing. I've learned to trust and let go, and this is a lesson for parents. It's also a lesson for students. I train these birds the very best that I can. I give them the medication, I give them the vaccination, I put them on a special training diet. They eat better than sometimes my own kids did at one point in our lives. But every time I let go of one of these birds, I take a chance. Every time you send a child out of the house, you take a chance. You send them to school, you send them to work, you send them out. We take a chance. We have to trust that the training, the education that we provided is adequate. That's what Joe Foss is all about, to train young people to operate when the teachers are no longer there. If we've done the jobs the very best way that we can, we have to trust that everything will be all right. There's not a whole lot more that we can do. Young people have to make choices, and we trust that they'll make the right ones. Folks, our school motto tells you that it's the struggle that gives you the strength to fly. For you graduates, I'll tell you, it's more than that. A young man who was a former student here sent me a letter about 4 years ago. It's very short, and in that he shared, which for me will be the final few words of advice. So let me tuck this guy away. He says, congratulations. Here's what he sent me. He said, teach me to walk and I shall run. Teach me to look and I shall see. Teach me to hear and I shall listen. Teach me to sing and I shall rejoice. For your instructions are imprinted on my mind, and your shared experiences I shall keep. What I have learned I will treasure, and by learning to fly, I shall soar. Not only have you learned to fly, you've learned to soar. I thank you for sharing yourselves with all of us here at Foss. I congratulate you, and I wish you Godspeed on your journey into the future. Somebody left wood shavings up here on the podium. I'd appreciate it. Take care of that after the... Ms. Monroe tells me this is the time. Let me find a list. This time we'll be presenting certificates of graduation from Joe Foss School to the graduates who are present here today. Along with that, class of 2004 tassel that you can dangle now semi-legally from your rearview mirror, but I didn't tell you that, all right? Graduates, Muhammad Ali. Michael Beadham. Kathy Bainan. Katie Brennan. Andrea Bacardi. I should be able to tell a story about each one of these young people, but I can't. It'll take too long, but yeah. All right, good job. Betty Carrasco. Musa Diba. Congratulations. Followed by my assistant principal, Usman Diba. Melissa Feuerstein. Brad Foster. Max Howard. Tara Ironcloud. Crystal Johnson. Crystal Karnoff.
Good job. Congratulations.
Kelly Klotz. And a very special happy birthday and graduation, Brittany Larson. Matt Lewis. Seth Lundberg. Vanna Maresh Anderson. Megan Maloon. Amanda Miller. Brian Miller.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. Proud of you.
Jonah Peters.
Good job, guys.
Is this one for real? Melissa Pearson. Jennifer Pitts. Jessica Riley.
Congratulations.
Sophie Rodriguez. Erica Rupp.
Congratulations, young ladies.
Brandon Scareshawk.
Good job. Congratulations.
Shauna Shevik.
Hey.
Amber Schoenrock.
Oh, yeah, guys. Congratulations.
That would be Nejela Smith.
Congratulations. Good job.
This young man also earned a special degree in rides at Valley Fair. Some of my staff will never be the same. Congratulations, David Sukdevan. And a young lady that always checked to see if I was working, Vanya Serdik.
Congratulations.
Michael Terveen.
Good job.
Nick Torres.
Good job, guys.
Lydia Ehrlich.
Hey, last time, last time. Good job.
Becca Vang.
Hey, there.
Sadie Waters.
Congratulations. Good job.
Heather. Good job, thank you. Jerry Watson. Jessica Weir. Heather Elg. I missed your name.
Congratulations.
We'll have to talk to Mr. Kiley. I promise. Okay. Congratulations. Oh. Samantha Wilson. Too many graduates. I can't keep it to 45 minutes anymore. Thank you all so very much for being here today.